As a child growing up in Toledo, Ohio, Katie Holmes was definitely a handful.
She spent, I think, the entire 4th grade year upside down. She would do cartwheels all the time.
In the kitchen, my mom would be cooking dinner, and she would do like 50 cartwheels. I mean, just constant.
Just to drive us crazy.
Yeah. She's always in motion.
And she was usually in basketball sneakers.
I had no game. I still have no game in anything. I mean, it's very funny.
Well, Katie's just being modest.
She gets so mad about a play, she would just change things right away. You know, she'd steal the basketball and go down and score a layup or something and play just phenomenal defense to make something happen. And she'd get so angry.
But a future on the court wasn't what Katie really wanted.
I took acting classes when I was little, but I never imagined that I would be able to do this. I didn't, you know, my dad wasn't really going to support moving to New York or LA and being a waitress, so I thought, nah, I don't know if I could ever do that.
I guess she thought it would never happen to a girl from Toledo, maybe. But she did think about it as a child.
She would dance and sing. She would, you know, sing in the shower for hours.
Oh,
just
yes.
Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston, yes.
So that was
and if she took a shower downstairs in my parents' bathroom, it was like off a hallway, down the hall from the kitchen, we could hear everything so loud. It was just a riot. She had no idea. She got out of the shower and she's like, oh. We're like, oh, Katie sounded great today.
When Katie was 13, she finally built up the courage to confess her ambitions.
One morning she came down to breakfast and she said, Dad, would you be upset if I don't play high school basketball? And I said, no, do what you want to do. And she took dance lessons and voice lessons and all those type things that apparently, she kind of kept inside that we really didn't know was there.
But at what point did you start performing, though?
I took acting classes when I was in high school on Saturday mornings. And, well, my other siblings were all athletes, and I really didn't have that athletic gene.
Well, at what point, though, did it go just from taking acting classes on a Saturday?
Where I took the acting classes, it was also a modeling school, and every summer this woman who owns it would take a group of kids to this IMTA convention held here in New York.
IMTA, the International Modeling and Talent Association, stages a series of modeling and talent contests each year in New York.
I said, Kate, we're just going to have fun in New York. We're not going to, worry about any competitions or anything. You're prepared, and we're just going to have fun.
That's how we kind of thought about it, and no pressure, and went and did competitions and things like that. You just have to have fun with it, because it's there are a lot of people, and the chances of anything happening are just so slim that you can't go in thinking you're going to get a contract or anything.
Well, you did a scene, right?
I did a monologue from To Kill a Mockingbird. It's very funny.
In addition to acting, 16-year-old Katie stood out in other ways.
As the week went on, people were telling me they were finding us in this group of 3,000 people. Oh, she's really, doing well. And, I didn't mention anything to her. And she was comfortable with her competitions and all. And so it got to be the end of the week, and she started winning all these awards.
But despite her success, Katie wasn't sold on modeling as a career choice.
She said, I like it, it's nice, but it isn't as much of a challenge for me. And I like the challenge of having to learn lines and interpret things and become someone else. It's too easy for me to just do the modeling. I need more.
Katie's charisma attracted attention, especially from one talent manager.
And so then the manager wanted to sign you?
Yeah, and he wanted me to come out to Los Angeles, so he had to talk to my dad first.
And what was that conversation like?
My 16-year-old? Right.
Right. Dad's a lawyer, and, no, I don't think we're going to do that. We all went out to L.A. in October because I wanted to meet these people and take a look at what this was all about.
When you have that opportunity, I think for a father, how can you say no?
Right, and that's the thing, We'll just see what happens, and that has always been the attitude. So we went to LA in January, stayed at the Oakwoods. I loved it because it's we were in the run in Burbank, and that was at the height of ER. George Clooney was still on, so I would just run around and like in hopes that he would, you know, be at the stoplight and see me and say, "You're the one," you know. But that didn't happen. But then I got to go on some nice auditions.
What kind of things were you auditioning for?
Everything, you know, TV pilots, movies, anything that people would give me 5 minutes for. It was fun. I mean, it was such an interesting experience. I didn't grow up auditioning.
When we return, the show must go on.
She had to come home to some absolutely horrible information, and just 2-3 hours later went on stage.
And later,
You can't lie to me.
Why do you always make people...
They see right through that.